Greenmount College in Antrim, in Northern Ireland, have recently opened a new dairy unit. The unit is divided into 3 sections, and as you will see is finished to a very high standard inside and out. The facility is primarily a training unit for students, and the design team have tried to future-proof the shed, taking into account possible changes in coming years. Section 1 is a cubicle shed for 170 cows with a wide feed passage. On one side of the shed are the milking cows. As you can see, there are 2 single rows of cubicles with mattress beds. There are no concrete walls to obstruct vision of man or cows. The passage at the back is concrete, while the front passage near the feed face is hard rubber flooring. The dry cows are housed on the other side of the shed, and while the feed face is the same, just a single bar, there is a gate which can be pulled down to stop cows getting access to the feed if required. The internal gates are pull-up gates on a steel string, and wash troughs are swing over. The external walls are net sheeting that is climate controlled, so it rolls up if it gets too warm in the shed. There is a huge amount of natural light coming through, as there are numerous clear sheets in the roof, and the whole middle ridge of the shed is clear sheeting. The feed passage has an epoxy covering painted near the feed face, which is slippy to walk on but is seemingly supposed to encourage more intake. The idea behind the concrete flooring in the back passage and the rubber flooring in the front is that the rubber where cows are more sure-footed to show signs of heat, while the concrete at the back prevents cows' hooves getting too soft. While both they are solid floors, not slatted, with muck and urine scraped down. Right now, farm manager Michael Graham has the scrapers running every 1.5 hours. This type of grooved solid flooring is supposed to do 2 things. 1, help the grip for the cows, and 2, go some way to keeping the cows' muck and urine separate, and hence reduce ammonia emissions by over 20%. Michael comments that 90% of the cows show heat on the rubber flooring, and because of the grooves, the cows' feet are always very dry as they are not standing in wet. In this shed there is a slurry channel in the middle of the shed which takes the slurry and urine from the first half of the passage. The scraper then continues down the second half of the passage to the end of the shed, where there is another slurry channel that has a lid which automatically opens when the scraper arrives. The scraper then reverses back up the channel to the top, ready for the next run. The handling unit adjoins the milking parlour. It has a long head-to-tail crush, which is capable of holding 16 cows, 1 row of cows from the parlour. There is also a batch or herringbone crush, which allows the cows stand side by side. There are also individual handling crates to allow cows to be treated, and there is a specially designed bullpen. The parlour itself is a 16-unit double-up herringbone, where there are 2 persons milking at all times. The collecting yard is long, with an up and over backing gate and rubber matted area near the parlour. All this area is scraped by a robotic scraper, which moves around the shed automatically on sensors. On the other side of the parlour is a large straw-bedded area that has 3 pens for cows near calving, cows after calving, and cows that need treatment. There is a passage between the wall and the pens, which allows someone move cows between areas on their own if required. The whole unit cost over £2.5 million to construct, but this includes a number of extras, such as a lift which cost nearly £150,000, a boardroom with a viewing area and a high-class finish. If a farmer was to construct something similar, the design team suggested it would cost close to £1.5 million.